Hi, I'm Rob the dog trainer. I'm here to share a story that happened to me when I was 13 years old. It devastated me and it made me give a lot of thought to how to raise a dog the right way, or at least what I felt was the right way, because what I saw didn't look the right way. When I was 13 years old, I had a neighbor who had his dog trained him with treats. The dog was great. Sat, heeled, down. Good dog. Let me play with him all the time. I was 12, 13 years old. And one day we went for a walk, and I used to go with him once in a while to the park. And we went to the park and we were on our way, and the dog saw a squirrel. And the dog took off, and the leash got pulled right out of the guy's hand. And as the dog was running, I'm standing there, I don't know what to do. And the guy's going, come on, come on, come on, Biscuit, come on. And the dog won't turn around. And right in front of us, the dog got laid out by a car. It was devastating. He was crying. I didn't know what to do. For days, I was just totally crushed. And when that happened, I gave it a lot of thought. And I said, why did that happen? The dog was trained. I wouldn't run on my father. If I ran for something and my father said, get over here, I would turn around. And the dog didn't. So I studied, and I studied the animal world. And I kept studying the animal world. And I came to one conclusion. Didn't like the conclusion, but it was the conclusion. The number one thing in the animal world that makes them make better decisions is fear. It's not horrible fear, it's situational fear. Why doesn't the gazelle go all the way in the water? He knows the gator's in there. Fear makes everybody make better decisions. I didn't know this, but I studied it. And I studied it as a child all the way up until my teens and my 20s. And the animal world is full of fear, and it's the number one thing that makes them survive the way they do. Then I studied the human world to see if that was similar. And the human world was exactly the same. Fear makes everybody make better decisions. I don't want to go to work. I might get fired. Fear made me go to work. I don't want to go to class. I'm going to cut out of math. My father might kill me and I might get suspended. Fear made me go to class. Fear is the number one thing in this world that makes us make better decisions. It's the number one thing, I believe. After all the studying and the research I did of watching human beings and watching animals, fear is the number one thing. I'm not afraid of my father. I'm not afraid to be around my father. But when I cut class, now I'm afraid of my father a little. And I think that's the right way. So this is what I'm here to teach and share with everyone. I'd like to give a short story on how this works and how the common sense behind it and why it works different than other training. And I've heard this for years and years and years. People tell me, oh my God, dude, you were here 10 minutes. I can't believe it. You were here one day. I don't need you anymore. I can't. It's fixed. So here I'm going to share for the first time publicly. I'm going to share how I'm able to do this. I'm not special. I'm not super smart. I just try to look at it logically. Okay, so here's how it went. A woman hired me, and I have hundreds of these stories that come to the same conclusion and the same result. So I'm going to just give one and let you decide if it makes sense or not. But to me, it was the answer to everything, and it changed my whole training. A woman hired me, and she said, my dog bites and he growls, and when people come over, I have to put him away. So I said, okay, I'll help you. I'll change it in one day. I'm pretty sure. She said, no, I had to train her for 7 weeks. You're not going to change it in one day. I said, well, he trained with treats. I said, I don't. I said, I do it what I believe is the logical way. I said, so let's see. When I show up, we'll see what happens. She goes, okay. So I go there. The dog attacks me. Runs right after me, comes right after my leg and bites me. So what do? I kick him off me. And she goes, oh. I said, what? He has 4 legs. He should be allowed to do whatever he wants. And I have 2 legs. I should just turn around and tolerate it. That's illogical. So I kick him off me twice, discretionarily. I don't want to hurt him. I said, now I'm going to chase your dog around the table. She said, what? I said, I'm going to chase your dog around the table. I said, his memory, number one thing in our life is our memory. I preach that every day. Number one thing is your memory. Can't leave the front door without it. So I'm going to chase your dog around the table. Why? Because his memory is people back up. I come after them, they back up. I come at, they back up. That's his memory. If I don't change his memory, I'm not helping. So I go, hey! And I chase him around the table. Hey! And I start kicking at him. Not the hard kicking, of course. Just the side of my foot, just making contact with his tush as I chase him around the dining room table. The whole time going, hey, 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 hey! And I chase him and chase him and chase him. The reason this works is the relentless part, not the chase. The chase could be 10 seconds, it wouldn't work. I chase the dog till they can't take it anymore, till they're exhausted. So I'm chasing him and chasing him and chasing him around the table. Hey, hey, hey. And he's, all of a sudden, you hear, because he can't take it anymore. The woman says, oh my God. So, oh my God. So I said, put the leash on him. She puts the leash on him. Now I know the dog's aggressive, so I got to be a little tough. So I put the leash and I go, come here. He comes over my leg, up my chest, and licks my face, shaking a little, and licks my face. The woman stands up and starts to cry. She goes, oh my God, you've been here 6 minutes? I've never seen anything like that. That's incredible. And I said, this is my favorite thing to say. I say it all the time. I said, I didn't train your dog. She goes, what do you mean? I said, did you see me teach sit or down or anything? She goes, oh my God, no. I said, I taught your dog fear, which I like also to call uh-oh. I want to cut out a math. Uh-oh, I'll get in trouble. I taught your dog uh-oh. That's it. And I changed your dog in 6 minutes with uh-oh. And she goes, oh my God, you're right. And I said, would you like to know why? She goes, yeah, why is... I said, because not one single wolf knows sit down, he'll stay or come. But they all know, uh-oh, he's in charge. And that's why it works. If you did it the other way, they all know sit down, he'll stay and come. But none of them had any uh-oh for the leader. They'd probably be extinct. So, she couldn't believe it. She was amazed. But to me, it's not amazing. It's logical common sense. So now here's the bigger picture, and here's really what makes it great. Now, the dog, of course, is afraid of me, and he's supposed to be, because I'm not there to get bit. So I'm going to defend myself. So now, the dog's following me, and I'm petting him, and he's following me, and I'm petting him. And she goes, oh my God, that's unbelievable. She's like, he doesn't go near it. I said, do you want to know why that's happening? She goes, why? And again, to me, this is just pure logic and common sense. I said, your dog's whole life, he growls and bites. No one can get near him, so he doesn't know what they're about. Now, what did I do? I kicked his butt, but showed him I cared. And now, he realizes, oh my God, when someone gets near me, they might be nice to me. Because now all I am is nice, because there's no reason to me to dominate anymore. So now, he's following me, kissing me, hugging me, loving me, and she can't, she's on, and I said, again, just common sense. No one's allowed near him. He doesn't even know what love is because no one can get near him. Finally, someone didn't take that crap, but now that person can get near him and show them they care. And that's what dog training's about. I don't believe in here's a treat, please listen, please listen. I believe in I'll kick your butt, but I love you to death. And I'd like to add this just to make sense of it to me and to anybody who's listening. This to me is the most logical job in the world if you just stop and think about the real world. So here's what I like to tell people too. You want to use treats to raise your dog and train your dog. I don't have the biggest problem with it, but I've always said, wolves don't raise their young with treats. Dogs don't raise their young with treats. And most human beings don't raise their young with treats. So how come when you combine the two species, you use treats? To me, again, illogical. And here's the bigger picture. When you have a dog jumping and running and biting and snapping, after you've tried to discipline him, you've heard your voice tone, he's heard it, and he knows you didn't like it, and he continues and continues and continues. Now, here's what I've heard my whole life growing up. Respect grandma, respect your teachers, respect this one, respect that. That's all I heard growing up, and that's all what I teach my children, and what's what you hear growing up. And now your dog's acting a fool, and you hire a trainer, and that trainer comes in and teaches your dog and teaches you to use treats. When you use treats, that doesn't garner one drop of respect. So in our human world, we teach our young to respect, 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 respect. And then when we get a dog and someone comes in to teach us how to raise our dog, he uses treats, which is not one bit of respect at all. I believe in discipline, structure, and love. Not here's a cookie, please listen. I refuse to raise my dog better than I raise my children. I refuse to raise my dog better than I was raised. Discipline, structure, and love. Not here's a cookie, please listen. And here's one thing I'd like to add. When your dog's acting a fool and out of control and you want to use treats, to me, here's a logical answer. If I give the bully $1 every day to leave me alone, He might leave me alone, but the atmosphere is not normal and it's not healthy, and he might pick on me at any moment. But if I kick his butt and humble him, now when I'm around him, the atmosphere is normal. He doesn't have any inclination to beat on me or hit me or take my money or anything, because now he's afraid of me. And what does fear do? Fear makes you make better decisions. And his decision now is, he beat me up, I'm going to leave him alone. And now, instead of the atmosphere being poisonous because I don't know what his next move is, now because I humbled him, the atmosphere is healthy. I don't want to beat him up, never did. He doesn't want to beat me up because I already showed him he can't now. And that's what I'm here to share. I don't believe in today's world of this political, to me, political correctness is hurting our animals. And I'd like to give one last example. And what I'm about to say is really unfortunately accurate. 30 years of being around dogs, this is unfortunately accurate. If dogs in shelters could speak, most of them would turn to their owner and say, "Oh my God, you felt bad disciplining me. You didn't want to do anything to me, and you felt bad. And now 10 months later, you couldn't handle me, and now you got rid of me, and now I'm homeless." If you want to feel bad now that I'm homeless. You shouldn't have felt bad for disciplining me. I thank everyone for their time. I hope this made sense. Until next time, this is Rob the Dog Trainer. Thank you.